Yeah, hello everyone. So this is Sujeet Patel, and we are going to continue further on the cloud data quality learnings. So let's go to the PPT slide to understand the detailed agenda for today, and we can start from there. Now configure the deduplication asset to consolidate match data. How we can configure this deduplicate asset to consolidate means to master the match data. So our main goal is to use the deduplication asset to group and consolidate duplicated records using predefined match logic. So we want to create the master records with a predefined match logic. So here we have a step-by-step process, how we can create the match rule set, how we can create this deduplicate asset, how we can pass the input fields, key fields, and in the output we will get cluster ID, master record indicator, survivor field. So these all things once we will visualize with the data, then it will be more clear. Add the deduplicate asset to the mapping. So once the CDI mapping created, we can call it, and we can configure the respective source inputs and the target outputs from the deduplicate to target output accordingly. So here we can take the source, then deduplicate, then target. So we have to make sure that we are mapping the correct input port of this deduplicate with the source. And also once we are getting the output of this deduplicate, so this will be the output we are mapping to the right target columns. So mostly after this, we will use the filter to segregate the records like master record, duplicate records and all in all the CDI mapping and all. Then we can get the master record on the basis of survivorship logic. Like once we get the status, like here we will have this kind of a status, just a minute. Master record indicator. So on the basis of this master record indicator is Y or N. So if we are making it Y, so Y means this is a master record. So we can get only master record after applying that filter. Just a minute. Okay, so by this way we can call this CDI mapping, and within the CDI mapping we can use that deduplicate asset in the canvas, and we can configure these output columns. Now we need to run and review the outputs. For that, we need to deploy and run the mapping. Output records will have cluster ID. So here we can see we have a customer ID, first name, last name, email, cluster ID and all. So this was up to this, we had the record data which we are getting from source. But as part of output of deduplicate asset, we are getting cluster ID and each master. So for these two record, you can see the cluster ID is C100, C100 for John Smith, John Smith. So it is able to identify these two are the same customer. So the cluster ID is same. And after making the master, it identified this as a more trusted record. That's why each master is yes. Means out of these two duplicate record, with the help of this cluster ID, we can see this record, first record become the master record. And for third record, whatever we can see, there is no duplicate candidate. So it's a single master record. So there was no matching candidate. So a single become the master. Here we can see the is master equal to yes. Okay. Now let's try to see this all with the help of some kind of examples. In the practicals, even we can take the same example here in our file and all, and we can see that it is working as per expected or not, right? So this is all about theory part. Now